We are a financial aid institute that helps, and I am Joshua Gergenman's Chief Operating Officer, and this is our proposal to the Financial Aid Department of the University of West Georgia. And this is?
I'm Jessica Dowdy. I'm the Vice President of Marketing.
I'm Tina Lynn. I'm the Chief Information Officer.
I'm Tayana Clavers, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
Now I'm going to hand it off to Jessica to explain the executive summary.
Okay, so Faith Consulting would like to improve the financial aid office department image by not having such a confined area and setting up chairs or couches for students to be able to sit and wait to talk with their advisor about any financial aid problems that they have, and be able to have a designated room or cubicle for students to talk in privacy with their advisor. Also, we would like to raise awareness for the student jobs from the financial aid department by helping the financial aid department not be such understaffed and offer jobs to students on campus. And this will be able to get the department to keep students up to date with financial aid events. One of the financial aid events that's most common is the Money Smart College Week, and that happens in the spring, and it's a week for students to be able to discuss their finances with community partners on campus, and be able to let the students take away a positive experience and earn rewards through the department. Also, Faith Consulting would like to help the department reach out more to students on social media and promote the department through the students' participation by holding fundraisers and allowing students to earn scholarships through the department. And now I'm going to pass it back to Josh to discuss our company background.
All right, just to give you all a little background story on our background, we were just a group of students at West Georgia that happened to just see people struggling with the financial aid department, primarily with the communication and interaction that they had. So we kind of felt obligated to help them, and we acted as like a mediator or a middleman. So we kind of did all the processes for them, and it actually turned out really well. Most people stayed up to date with their financial services and everything, and just really helped them. And we found an idea, so we spread to Atlanta and to North Georgia and Kennesaw, and went inside to those operations and helped their financial department. Did the same thing that we did for the students, but in an overall image for the department itself. And with our core values over here, character, integrity, competence, care, and hard work, we encompass that with our student relations and our communication within the department, and even onto the parents and everything. We want a strong inside and outside communication for, say, keeping up with students, having them have checkups and everything, letting them know where they stand, what's going on, and what opportunities they have for scholarships coming up, or if they're going to lose a scholarship or anything like that. And also, we can contact their parents, if anything, just to really help out. I mean, sometimes these kids really need a pushing edge, and parents are a strong factor. They support their students the most. And as well as for opportunities, we strive to kind of help out our local economy. So we want the financial aid department to kind of encompass the local businesses and get part-time, full-time, and internships for students so they can either start their career or just get some experience under their belt. And another thing is, just to point out the fact, about 2/3 of students have financial aid or any kind of student loan. So 2/3 of students that could either, if the communication is not proper, miss out on their finances and not be able to be in school just because they're missing deadlines. And that's where we want to kind of hit, just because we've had a huge problem here with the deadlines and the communication. For the most part, you won't get as much insight when it comes to getting a response from the department. They'll just tell you, oh yeah, you need this, but won't tell you what you specifically need to do. And now I'm going to hand it back to Jessica for statement.
Faith Consulting has reached out to other local businesses for student jobs and other startup careers, which has benefited the economy to have a better workforce. But one thing we would like to help the financial aid department do is help these students get internships and get them started up after they graduate. And also, Faith Consulting is here to be able to focus more on the student needs and help them with their schedules and get their questions answered by interacting with them instead of just, pushing it to the side and sending them an email. We would like to give them an insight on procedures that need to be handled And also, like, through this plan, Faith Consulting has taken care of financial aid issues and provided the students and parents with a hassle-free way of applying for other financial aid and grants. And I'll pass it to Tiana for the internal and external communication.
Thank you. Okay, so after coming in and observing the financial aid department, we see that currently you use email as your main source of communication. This is internally and externally. Also, you guys use team meetings internally to discuss department goals and ideas of what you want to happen within the department. Externally, emails are used to reach students and parents and also other universities and other institutions that are outside of the University of West Georgia. We see that you guys use presentations for freshman and transfer orientation, and also classes that request a financial aid presentation, you offer those too. And your Facebook page is just general information and updates and everything for students to look at while not necessarily having to come into the financial aid department's office. And it's just information that you guys can look at. And for the SWOT analysis, we see that your strengths are you guys are very student focused, and you function really well as a team. Some of the weaknesses that we notice are that you guys aren't fully staffed. So this causes a problem because it causes the department not to be able to run effectively. And also a weakness could be getting information out to students in a timely manner. Like Josh said, it's been a problem that the financial aid department lets you know information so close to the deadline that you can't get your paperwork in a timely manner, so you miss the deadline. Opportunities we see could be more outreach to students about financial aid topics, and threats could be less expensive universities that aren't West Georgia, like West Georgia Tech or something, and also students leaving the university because of the financial aid problems. Now I'm going to pass this off to my partner, Tina.
Thank you. So we have made several recommendations to help the financial aid department. One of our recommendations is to better communicate with your stakeholders and students by telephone, email, and in person. Right now, the financial aid department mostly uses email, but when the students want to call the financial aid department, they have people answering it, but they're not very knowledgeable, so they end up being on hold for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, which is wasting the students' time that they could be doing something else, or they just don't have the time to wait. We also would like to change the design of the office. Like Jessica said earlier, some of the students that we interviewed say that it feels confining and they don't have enough privacy to discuss their financial aid needs. So we suggest having cubicles like how the business advisors have individual rooms they can go in and talk to their financial aid advisors. We also would like to raise awareness of student jobs in the financial aid department and keep the students informed on any activities. With the students, the students can help the financial aid department with their problem of being understaffed. They can hire more students to help out, which will also look good on the student's resume. But the students can also learn the process themselves, in which they can also help other students that need their help. And as Tiana mentioned earlier, they have a Facebook page, but there has only been 674 likes on there, and we have thousands of students at West Georgia. So on their Facebook page, the advisor said that they only post periodically, and during their peak months, they start posting less because everyone's so busy there. But during the peak months, that's when their deadlines and stuff are due. So if the students are informed about it on Facebook, then the students will more likely follow it, so they can keep up with the deadlines and any activities that the financial aid department is having. And in conclusion, our recommendations will not only benefit your department, but the students as well. And there's no obligations to pay us if you are not completely satisfied with our services. Tayana now is gonna pass out our business card and coupons for the $100 off if you sign with us in the next 30 days. And we also provide a payment plan if needed.
All right, are there questions for team number 1?
How much time do you think it is to be
We will help you every step of the way, but usually only takes a couple months. Except for, like, we're changing the design of the department, so that might take a really bit of time, depending on construction and stuff.
I would say with the break, it would be easy to change the image of the department itself. The longest thing that's going to take is finding the employees who want to be put in and interviewed to have like a customer relations side of them. So I would say about a month for the image of the break and a couple months for getting the right people in to the department.
I'm sorry. Yes.
What risks are involved in reuse or recommendations?
There's not a lot of risk, it's just the most risk is the students not wanting, like, with our recommendations, the students will know the information faster, so they might get upset if they know faster than if they can get their financial aid, so they might be upset.
Why would working with your consulting company be a smart choice and/or investment?
Because with not such a confined area, the students will be more comfortable and they won't feel like they have to stand around and wait on the financial aid advisors. So you'd be able to like lounge around and be able to wait. So with the change of the department's image and by adding other chairs and stuff for students to sit in, it's gonna let them have the ability to wait around longer instead of just standing around and getting tired and wanting to leave.
Another thing is financial aid. Like I said, 2/3 of students have financial aid. That's kind of important. So without that and having issues with that, I mean, we lose about 2/3 of our students. So this school would actually go downhill in a sense.
Go ahead.
Why should we trust your recommendations to improve our department now and into the future?
Well, we feel like you should trust our recommendations because we've never had any problems before in the other universities that we worked with. And like Tina said, that if you aren't satisfied, then it's no obligation to pay us. So it's like we're working for you basically. If you're not satisfied, then it's,
We also, when we went here, we all went to West Georgia, and when we were going here, we also helped other students with the process, and they have always been happy with it.
Couple more questions, go.
Please tell me again how to change the design of the office recommendation will improve the department.
Say that again?
How to change the design of the office recommendation will improve the department.
Have you ever walked in there and felt very welcome? It's kind of like a dreary department. You just walk in there and you're like, you know, money is, I know it's not supposed to be exactly happy, but money makes the world kind of go round. So it's just, it would be nice to have an attitude that when you walk in, it's welcoming, like more understanding coming in there and having a, nice conversation with the department head or anything like that, talking about your finances. You don't want to go in there acting, I guess, or getting a sense of, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose hope, or my money's not right, or these people are not even going to try and help me. So we want to change the image to kind of give it a better sense, even with the people and the department's look as its own.
Hey, is there one more question? Babatuna? Do you have a question for this group?
Do I?
Thought you did. You don't?
I feel like they're all answered, but it's okay. Why do you believe your recommendation of, I don't remember. Let's just say this. Why do you believe your recommendation will increase our student/member relationships?
We're trying to get them to hire more students to work at the financial aid department, which will also help the students on their resumes, and the student can learn the process themselves.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you, team number 1.